region were unsettled on the night of May 17. This time, drones visited the Angstrom microelectronics plant and a Transneft facility in Zelenograd, the Solnechnogorskia loading station, which stores and transports petroleum products, the Raduga Design Bureau, which develops cruise missiles and other missile weapons, and one of Russia's largest airports, Sheremetyevo. However, the panicked reactions of Muscovites were not met with empathy from other Russians. Now, Muscovites have seen and heard the edge of the war. Straight from their windows, not through television. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense confirmed strikes on several facilities in Moscow and the Moscow region, including an oil refinery, an oil depot, and microelectronics manufacturing plants. On Friday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that Russia's attacks would not go unpunished, saying he had discussed long-range strikes with senior military, security, and intelligence officials, as a day of mourning was observed in Kiev following Thursday's attack on a 9-story apartment block in the capital's Darnitsky district. Ukraine's Air Force said the strike, which also killed 3 children, was part of Russia's largest aerial assault on the country since the war began more than 4 years ago. Ukraine began responding on Friday to Russian strikes, launching a large-scale long-range drone attack targeting energy and military infrastructure across several Russian regions. At least 4 people, including a child, were killed in a drone strike in the city of Ryazan, according to the regional governor. Ukrainian drones also struck the local oil refinery, one of the largest in the country. Our responses to Russia's prolongation of the war and its attacks on our cities and communities are entirely justified. This time, Ukrainian long-range sanctions reached the Moscow region, and we are clearly telling the Russians, their state must end its war, Zelensky noted. Our responses to Russia's prolongation of the war and its attacks on our cities and communities are entirely justified. This time, Ukrainian long-range sanctions reached the Moscow region, and we are clearly telling the Russians, their state must end its war, Zelensky noted. He added that Ukrainian drone and missile manufacturers are continuing their work. I am grateful to the Security Service of Ukraine and all the defense forces of Ukraine for their precision. The distance from Ukraine's state border is over 500 kilometers. The concentration of Russian air defense in the Moscow region is the highest. But we are overcoming it, the president emphasized. Moscow is now wide awake, as the one-way ticket to a quiet life has been cancelled. Robert Brovdy Magyar, commander of the Unmanned Systems Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, wrote this on his Telegram channel. Moscow never sleeps from now on. Version 17.05, the odds have been leveled. The one-way pass for a quiet life in Petriki and the surrounding area has been cancelled, he emphasized. Brovdy also appealed to Lukashenko, the self-proclaimed president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, to take a closer look at the prospects. Eustace to Alex Grigorievich, it's important to know how to enter into the right conversation, but even more important is the art of exiting it, the commander wrote.